Excellent. Come on with good ones.
So you can we can show each other what we've got. We can talk about what we want to take and all that stuff.
Oh no!
What?
I've got the public speaker.
Oh, excellent!
Isn't he really good?
He's okay, but we were joking about him because he's got the attack and the search are both separate things, and you have a value on them for what kind of dice you need to spend, and his search is quite a high one. So I can attack with a 50-50 chance of succeeding. I think for this one it's probably a good idea because our morale's pretty low. But I was hoping for someone a bit better.
Okay, so I've got
I'm picking one just because I think it'd be funny to pick them.
you can be open about this, Matthew. This isn't secret or hidden.
Oh, okay, well, I'm picking blue.
Oh yeah.
I just want to be playing as a monkey. That would just be brilliant.
Do you feel some kind of kinship with Blue, Matthew?
Oh yeah, my intelligence levels are probably there.
So Blue is a character that's unique to the Roxxon expansion pack,
and he's also pretty awesome. I mean, his attack
I think
is
it's a her actually.
Oh, her. Okay. It doesn't really.
It says there's a special scenario you can play that sort of, rather than playing the full game, you play a sort of introduction to Roxxon and the scenario and everything. Yeah. Tells you a bit about the facility. We're not doing that because we wanted to sort of do a more generic version of the game. There's a lot of special rules in that. But it refers to the monkey as a girl.
Okay. I'm kind of tempted. I've got Eric Parker, the coach. He's got a really good ability for us for non-colony because survivors that share a location with him don't have to roll for exposure when moving from location to location, which means a bit more survivability. So he's actually got quite good attack and search stats as well, so I think I'll have him as my leader.
I'm going to probably choose next, I can't pronounce his first name, I think it's
Elijah,
thank you. Jordan, the DJ, yeah. Because I like the fact he's got a good fight, a good search, and he actually can move noise tokens to another location.
So noise tokens can increase the odds of a zombie turning up at a location. So if you can move them to where no one else is, it's quite handy because you don't want to be overrun at your location with zombies, or you will die horribly.
So I've got two characters that are very good at healing people. I've got one character that's very good at moving around, and one character that's very good at killing things. Now the thing is, Roxxon requires 2 dice per turn to keep whatever horrors are therein contained. So we will need to move 2 Roxxon in order to put those tokens there, those dice down there. We can't, or we'll have to have characters who are parked up at Roxxon. The thing is, Roxxon has a deck of cards in it. They're extremely powerful. They're also very dangerous to hunt through.
Yes. Basically, most places when you search, it's just you're searching the building. At Roxxon, if you search, then you have to roll to see if you're going to have something bad happen to you just for being there. And this lovely little evil dice. So you've got blanks are good for us.
Blanks are great because nothing happens.
Yeah,
nothing happening is the best thing.
The weird skull is you take a wound. The snowflake is frostbite, which is take a wound, and unless you cure it, you're going to keep taking a wound. And the worst one of all is the bite, because if you're attacked, that basically means you're now a zombie.
The bite just instantly kills the character that rolled it. Yep. Furthermore, if the character's traveling to a location, every character at that location, starting with the character with the lowest influence, every character has these influence values here in the top right-hand corner, has a choice. They can either immediately kill themselves and end the infection from spreading, so they're dead too, or they can roll the exposure die. On a roll of a blank, the infection stops, and that's great. On the roll of any symbol, that character is dead, and the infection spreads to the next character. Now, every time a character dies, we lose 1 morale. We start this scenario with 4 morale, which is, it's bad. It's bad news, bears. We could very easily just have a bite that spreads, kills a bunch of people, and we lose.
Yeah, I mean, there's something I can do about that. I mean, this is the other character card I could take, and I'm seriously considering Kumar Sen, the public speaker, because of his ability. Once per round, whenever the colony would lose morale, roll a die. On a 4 or more, we don't lose morale. So his stats aren't great, but for the sake of that little ability, I think it's probably the best of the ones I've got left.
So I think
You got her.
I think I'm going to be taking Anita Wallace. She's of unknown occupation. Her influence is low, which is quite bad, but she's got a +1 to kill zombies, which means she can kill zombies with any die roll, which is amazing.
And her abilities awesome.
She's got a search of 4, which isn't great, but that's fine.
50-50.
And then it says anywhere. That means at any location. Once per round during your turn, you may kill 1 zombie at Anita's location without rolling for exposure, or place 1 wound token on a survivor that shares a location with Anita. Which means I can kill people or zombies, I can't kill people, I can wound them, but that's pretty strong, so I'll be taking her.
Yeah.
Now, my other choice, I think, I've got this bike messenger kid who can move around, and he ignores wounds, and he looks like Justin Bieber. But I'm not taking him, because I don't think his ability is particularly useful.
No.
I've also got this nutritionist. Now, he's actually quite good, I think, because his stats are quite low. So he kills on a 2+, and searches on a 3+, which is really good. Mm. So long as he's in play, any survivor can spend a food token, which is the food we've put in the food supply at the colony here. They can spend one of those tokens, and they can remove any type of wound token from the survivor. And they can do it multiple times per turn. Now, I assume that also means despair tokens, which are kind of wound token.
I believe there's a card that specifies if it can't be removed normally, because you can remove despair tokens, and there's one card that I saw when we were setting up earlier that says these can't be removed, but that's a very specific card. So
we'll have to check the phrasing in the game, but I'm pretty sure despair. It's probably in the rules. In any case, so that's strong. And if we can build the greenhouse upgrade, we'll have lots of food tokens as well, which will help. The other character I've got here is Gia Najar. Gia Najar. Now, she's the physical therapist. Her influence is much better. She's got the same stats as him, which is good. And also, her ability says anywhere. At the end of your turn, you may remove any type of wound token from a survivor at the colony. So her ability is more limited because I can only help people who are at the colony. On the other hand, it's also good because it doesn't require the spending of food. Mm. So they're both pretty equally good. I haven't decided which one of them I'll take yet.
Mike's got some very good cards. I think it's...
so
the other ones I had was Fatima Makatabi. She was the professional athlete, so she didn't have the best stats. Her search was very good, and it was basically she can move very well. So once per round you can move Fatima 1 additional time. When moving, you can avoid rolling for exposure by removing a card in your hand from the game. Obviously that's sacrificing cards I'd rather keep, so that's the reason why I didn't really want her. And the other card was Cole Winters, who has a terrible attack but a great search, and his ability is anywhere. Once per round you may place a non-event card from your hand into the waste pile without using its effects to remove all wounds and despair tokens from a survivor that shares a location with Cole. He can't use the ability on himself. That would be a good ability to have, but not for a starting character, I don't think, because it's just too difficult to use, and we're not going to need it for quite a while. So, putting them back in.
Okay, well, the two that I didn't choose was Jamie Gilmore.
Ah,
sorry. She had not a bad attack. She had a good search.
No, that's pretty good.
But because there's not many of us, I didn't. I think her ability would try and almost give away who the betrayer was, so I didn't want to pick her.
What's her ability?
Once per round during your turn, you may look at any player's hand who has a survivor that shares a location with Jamie.
I think that's pretty good. I mean, it's still quite limited because she can't use it at the colony, so that means you're actually going to have to go to the location of another person and check their hand.
But still, they're not bad stats.
Are you trying to suggest, Matthew, that you're the betrayer and they're not concerned about discovering who the betrayer is?
I'm basically saying is for me, I think that would just limit. You could find things out quickly. Well, the next character actually has a higher influence than our good friend there, who is a public speaker. He's a politician.
Nadia Rivers.
Oh, it was Nadia. Nadia Rivers. She 50-50 chance of finding things. 50-50 chance of.
Right, so her stat line is 4 and 4, so she's...
Yeah.
It's not great, it's not bad.
It's the 50-50.
But she can also change, if I read it rightly...
Yeah, during the player turns phase, after the action dies are rolled, Roll a die. All players may change one die in their unused action die pool to that result. If Nadia has been exiled, only the player that controls Nadia may change their die. Okay, yeah, that's very
That
good.
would have been very good, but I decided to go with...
Okay, so you haven't
these
taken
two.
her out.
Yeah, I think blue is definitely the better choice of the ones you had because blue is just looks amazing.
Well, blue's stat line is incredible. So blue can kill on a 1 and search on a 2.
And also
Can I
if
have the
he's-
card?
Yeah, of course you can. If you're also over in Wrexham, you also get 2 search cards.
Yeah, that's right. So blue, and this is actually an ability that a lot of the characters from the core set have, which is at specific locations they can look at 2 cards when they search and choose 1.
I guess I know where you're going.
Well, yeah, I mean, it makes sense to put blue in Raxon because her ability only works there, and not at any other location.
But
you
also-
can draw more, like if you're at the hospital and you're looking specifically for medicine and you draw a card that you don't want that's not medicine, you can do what's called rummaging, which is where you draw another card and you choose the one you want. You can actually rummage multiple times, but every time you rummage, you throw down a noise token because you're making noise looking around for stuff. At the end of the turn, you roll a die for each noise token, and there's a 50% chance of an extra zombie showing up. So it's really dangerous because there's only 4 slots and 3 slots on some of these boards, and if they fill up with zombies, players start to die very quickly. Note, despair tokens count as normal wounds for all intents and purposes, except they cannot be removed by any effect that removes wounds of any kind. Despair tokens can only be removed by effects that specifically remove despair. So what despair is almost kind of like a permanent hit point reduction. So bad. Bad. I think I'm going to take Gia Najar, just because I'm concerned about all the helpless survivors we might get as we're playing this No Man Left Behind thing.
Yeah, and we don't have to spend food.
Yeah, and I don't want to be spending food to heal when we need all that food for feeding ourselves.
And we can pick up medicine, which
So has
does the
everyone
same
chosen their 2?
I have,
I
yes.
have, yes.
Do you want to just say the names of the characters you've got?
Yeah.
I know we've been through it, but just to let us know who you chose.
Okay, I chose blue, the test subject, 102. We've already spoke a lot about him already. I've also got Elijah Jordan, the DJ. Again, he can move the noise tokens from one location to another as his ability.
He can rummage and then just not have to deal with the problems.
Yeah.
Make it someone else's problem.
Yeah. Because that's what DJs are known for, apparently. Like, when zombies come, they don't have to deal with them.
And so...
and my 2 are Eric Parker, the coach. So he's the one who can allow other people to move from the same location without rolling for exposure, which would be really useful because...
It'd be especially useful if you put him at Raxon.
Yeah. And the other one I've got is Kumar Sen, the public speaker, which just hopefully means we won't be losing as much morale. I've got a 50-50 shot of not doing it once per round. So hopefully we get to live. And
Yeah. So I've got Anita Wallace, whose previous occupation was unknown.
I'm seriously guessing assassin.
It's unclear because but she's very good at fighting, so that would make sense. I've also got Gia Najar, the physical therapist. So guys, you put on the left-hand side your group leader, and followers go at the bottom.
Okay.
The group leader barely ever comes up, but you can just choose to make it whoever you want.
Actually, do you know what? For the sake of some kind of thematicness, I'm making my public speaker the leader and the coach the follower because it just seems a bit weird the other way around.
I'm picking the DJ just because, most DJs are charismatic people and stuff like that, and a chimp as a leader. I was going to go there originally. But then I was
the
thinking
chimp's
of
got to
seeing-
be the leader, Matthew!
No,
Yes!
Dawn of the Planet of Long Winter.
It's
Sparky is always the leader when we play the
I was
core
just
set.
thinking because Simpsons had that whole thing, didn't they? The chimp.
Oh, yeah.
I don't
So
really
I didn't want to go down that sort of road.
Fair enough.
Well, I've made Anita the leader because it seems like whoever can kill the best should be in charge.
Apparently we disagree. You 2 agree on that one. I don't.
Well, this is the...
Actually, they can kill the same.
Yeah.
They're both equally
Equally
mediocre
Actually,
killing.
my,
Hey,
my,
hey, two-
no, my
I've got-
best
I've-
killer is actually a follower.
I've got a 2 in 3 chance.
I like how the public speaker is just terrible at searching for things. Just he can't find anything. We also get these action die. We use these to complete actions that we need to do in the game. You get 1 + 1 per character that you control. And now we just need to determine who's going to be the first player.
Which, ironically, you get a really nice dagger to stab someone in the back with.
So if everyone just rolls a die and the highest number is first player.
5.
No, it's not. That's not how it works.
Okay,
That's how it works in
roll,
every
but-
other game when you
I'll put
randomize
that
it.
to roll.
I got a 5.
I got a 5.
I've got a 4 anyway.
But actually, it is the person with the character who has the highest influence.
65.
that's this gentleman
So
here.
Ollie is going to be the first player.
So I could have been if I'd kept.
By the
keep
power of Grayskull.
Right. So here it says.
Oh, so I have to draw the. Players turn.
God, I think this is super easy, you guys.
Crossroads.
Yes.
This objective might be super easy.
I'm not going to complain about that.
I'm not
Well,
gonna
it just
complain about
it says that it doesn't say add any zombies to any locations, so I think we start with no zombies on the board.
Fantastic.
We've got low morale.
Yeah, we don't need any.
Yeah, morale at 4 is actually really bad. We have to keep an eye on that.
Okay.
And so
Crossroad card because it's my turn.
right, yeah, but
Do we roll the dice first to see what we get?
player turn phase reveal crisis first.
Yes.
So here we go.